Wow, guys, now this keyboard, when you check out the price of a product in general, let's put it a product in general, and then you try to take into consideration the past product that you reviewed, and you think it's not going to be that good. It couldn't be that good, right? Well, this one is just surprisingly really good. And I didn't expect this keyboard to be $129. The wired version is $109. So when you take that into consideration, and when I finish this video, when you see what this keyboard has, you'll be shocked with the price. Because let's be honest, 129 for this type of keyboard, even if it doesn't have all of this, is outstanding. So today we're going to talk about Lemokey P1 PRO version, which means that it is wireless. It supports 2.4G and Bluetooth connection. And the non-Pro version, which is cheaper, is just simple plain wired version with Type-C connectivity. This one also has Type-C connectivity, and you can easily switch behind here in the middle where you have the G is for 2.4G connection, then you have the cable and Bluetooth, and you have the USB Type-C connection right next to it, and in the middle you have the indication light. So what's it all about with Lemokey P1 PRO? It's something that you wouldn't expect to be this good. Now, first of all, what I can say is that this keyboard weighs 1.6 kilos. This is insane. This is aluminum body, and check this out, guys. This looks outstanding. I know some of you guys that are just looking for a keyboard that is, yeah, this doesn't mean anything. But for you guys that have custom keyboards and they appreciate every single detail on a custom keyboard, this will be quite outstanding. So mirror finish, scratch proof. We have 4 rubber feet, one on each corner. It's angled by 5.5 degrees and so much more. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to start with the box content, which is kind of obvious, just to get rid of that segment and then jump into details. We have the keyboard, right? We have the switch remover, keycap remover. We get USB Type-C cable, which is a nice space gray color, just as the keyboard. That's really good. I mean, it's totally custom. Even the part of the connection of the Type-C and the USB and everything all together is specially designed, so this is really nice. Then we have the 2.4G dongle. You also have an option to extend it, so you basically use the Type-C connection, plug it in here, you use the 2.4G dongle right here, and to get that extension for receiving better signal for the keyboard. Then you get 2 screwdrivers. Well, actually one is Phillips and one is Torx, so it kind of helps you disassemble the keyboard and do what you want. If you want to modify it even further, it's all up to you. Then next in line, gasket silicone grains, which says here 20 degrees. So I think this is something, if you want to modify your keyboard further, you can adjust the angle of the PCB, maybe. Maybe I'm mistaken, I'm not quite sure, but you guys that are more into modifying your keyboards will definitely know more and appreciate this without a doubt. Next, loads of keycaps. I mean, when I say loads of keycaps, we have literally for the arrows, we have enter in different color, we have loads of stuff. And since it's compatible with Mac, you have Mac keys as well. Then we have, now, wow, this is a knob version manual, which gives you all the details. But that's not all, because what you get is a quick start guide. And this, I mean, this is what I said in the past keyboard review. Please, with this type of keyboards where you don't have all the indication for the shortcuts, do this. Give us some instructions so we don't have to search for the manual online. I mean, there are some keyboards that you can't actually find it even on official website. You have to go, I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't know nothing about that, because you simply can't find those manuals, and this helps a lot, and this is why I appreciate this, right? This is really cool. So since we're done with the box content, let's jump into some main details which will definitely kind of put a question mark above your head. $129. I'm going to repeat that a couple of times more after this. We have the Pro version, which I have right here, supports 2.4G connection and Bluetooth for $129. $109 is wired Type-C version. Pro version bare bone with a knob is $119, and bare bone knob with wired Type-C is $99. Now, when we're talking about the bare bone, you don't get switches and you don't get keycaps. Let's be honest, these are double shot PBT keycaps. And I don't think you can squeeze for $30 switches and keycaps for 75% layout. So you need 81 keys in this one. So this is space silver. You have carbon black and navy blue. And when we're talking about switches, you can choose from keychron super red, keychron super brown, and the ones that I have right here are keychron super banana. Kind of funny, but still I really wanted to go with these switches because I never had these ones and I really want to test them out. So 81 keys, 75% layout QMK custom gaming keyboard with a CNC machined aluminum body. It has 1000 Hz pulling rate for 2.4G and wired connection, while the Bluetooth is 90 Hz. It has the knob design which has a click and a nice tactile feel when turning it around. Then we continue with the keyboard. So we have gasket structure, enhanced acoustic foam, double shot PBT keycaps, programmable keys, and hot swappable switches. Now, you might be considering wireless version, what kind of battery it has. So 4000 milliampere hours rechargeable lead polymer battery with up to 200 hours on Bluetooth without backlight, and 100 hours with lowest brightness on Bluetooth as well. So charging time is around 5 hours. I would say my rough guess 50 hours approximately with wire with 2.4G connection. Now for the connection type, 2.4G as already stated, you have wired and you have up to 3 devices wireless connection on the fly under Bluetooth. So you have to use combination keys with 1, 2, and 3, and this is how you can switch. And the fourth one is for the wireless. So if you have 4 devices connected, you can seamlessly just switch through those. It's crafted from 6063 aluminum and finalized through more than 24 manufacturing stages, which include CNC machining, polishing, anodizing, and sandblasting. Now, if we decide to tear up this keyboard, and believe me, I'm not going to do that in this video, but I'm going to give you the whole scheme of the keyboard so you know what I'm talking about and how this keyboard is actually assembled. Because, well, after all, I'm going to say it again, for 129, it's quite impressive. It quite is. So we have the knob, we have the keycaps, then we have the switches, top case, plate, sound absorbing foam, PET film, IXPE foam, gasket silicone grains, which I already mentioned that you have more here in the plastic bag, PCB, bottom case acoustic foam, bottom case PET film, and bottom case. So this is just insane. You have so much layers of the keyboard here that it's in wow. It supports 3-pin and 5-pin MX style mechanical switches, which include Sherry, Gatron, Kylie, Panda, and others. And the fascinating thing is that it has ultra low power ARM chip, which is MCU, that has 256K flash to provide more flexibility. It has 22 presets for the RGB lighting, but you can further fine-tune the RGB hue, saturation, brightness, effect speed, and different modes. Or you can even create your own unique design through the software. Now, the keychron Super Switch is made out of light affection structure, factory pre-lubed, double-stage spring, which is durable up to 50 million clicks. I'm talking about the Switch, of course. Now, operating force for the keychron Super Banana is 57 grams, 2 millimeters pre-travel, 3.6 millimeters travel distance. It is tactile switch, so it's really similar to Panda switch, and the sound is, I would say, a bit gentle. You have that click, but it's still nice, subtle click, I do have to say, as it is suitable for both office and, of course, gaming. So yeah. Spring length, since I mentioned it is double stage, is 21.5 millimeters, we also have built-in PCB mounted screw-in stabilizers, which minimize the rattle and wobble. The angle is 5.5 degrees. Front height of the keyboard is 19.22 millimeters without the keycaps, and the rear is 31.43 millimeters without the keycaps. Now, I'm saying this because you don't have any additional legs to raise the keyboard, so the angle is what it is. That's it. Now, I wanted to give you a specific, so the weight of the keyboard is 1650 grams. This is just outstanding. And you have to hear the clicks on this keyboard. So let's break it down like this. The typing experience is amazing. The sound that you get while typing is brilliant, but not as brilliant as the keyboard that I had prior to this. But of course, that keyboard is much more on the price, much higher in the price range. And this is pretty good. I'm going to say it again. This is outstanding for 129. Now, if we go further, and what I mentioned about the stabilizers, the space bar isn't moving anywhere. Shift, enter, this dashes, backspace. Not even the regular keys aren't wobbling, that rattling that much, right? So they actually managed to do the stabilizers quite properly, outstandingly good, and the keyboard is just, I don't know. I mean, I can only say big thumbs up because this is something that I don't expect for $129. I would expect this to be above 150 or even 200. Because let's be honest, so much layers, wireless and Bluetooth connection, up to 4 devices simultaneously, which you can of course switch, right? Not at the same time. And then we have this aluminum chassis that is brilliant. I have to mention this as well because we have this mirror effect at the end, at the back, which looks brilliant, outstanding. The form factor is really appealing. I do have to say I'm really digging this form factor, and the knob, wow, just wow, just I'm fascinated. All in all, what you can say about this keyboard is another approach to custom keyboards already coming from the factory, nicely done, nicely. I don't know what to say anymore. To be honest, I think I said everything. We have Lemokey P1 PRO keyboard. It's great, just great. Because of it, PC Crazy Best Buy badge. If you're looking for this type of keyboard, so 75% keyboard, you're looking something that is custom, pre-built custom, but still you don't have to do literally anything, and you get it for 129. I don't think I can find this type of keyboard for 129, honestly. And I think PC Crazy approved badge, definitely. So those two badges, PC Crazy Best Buy badge and PC Crazy approved badge, and both of those badges are well deserved because you've seen the specs, you've seen all the details, how the keyboard is built, the process of creating the chassis, the aluminum chassis is just brilliant. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this keyboard, and I don't know actually what else to say because I think I said everything. I think I covered everything. You love it for $130, 129 to be precise, and I'll put the links, of course, in the description below so you could check out all the combinations that you can manage, all the colors, all the switches. It's all up to you to decide, guys, what to pick. But I think this is really a this is a bargain. For this type of keyboard, this is definitely a bargain. So head over to the description part, check the link. And in the meantime, if this video helped you out to finally find a cheap 75% keyboard that actually screams quality for that price, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, because, well, that will be kind of a thank you for giving you an idea where to check out your new 75% keyboard. Lemokey P1 PRO. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.